You know that feeling when you finally decide to upgrade your home office scanner? You scroll through a dozen glossy listings, picture a sleek machine that will gulp down stacks of invoices in seconds, and then once it arrives, you discover the feeder jams on the thinnest paper, the software refuses to talk to your document management system, and the whole thing feels more like a paperweight than a workhorse. That hesitation, that what if I waste money on a scanner that looks great online but drags me down in real life, is exactly why I wanted to break down the Fujitsu Phi 8270 before you click Add to Cart. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the Phi 8270 isn't trying to be a one-size-fits-all gadget. Fujitsu built it around the idea of next-generation scanning excellence for environments where you're moving more than a handful of pages a day. The most obvious giveaway is the 100-page automatic document feeder paired with a full-size flatbed. That combination instantly tells you the scanner is meant for continuous, high-volume work. Think small to mid-size offices, legal firms, or anyone who needs to digitize piles of paperwork without stopping every few sheets. When I set it up on my desk, the physical footprint was the first thing I noticed. It's a solid, rectangular unit that sits comfortably on a standard office desk, but it does take up a bit of space, roughly the size of a typical desktop printer. There's no built-in network port, so you'll be plugging it directly into a computer via USB. For most solo entrepreneurs or small teams that already have a workstation dedicated to scanning, that's fine. However, if you run a larger office that expects multiple users to share a single scanner over a network, you'll need an extra USB-to Ethernet adapter or a separate print server, which adds cost and complexity. The day-to-day experience with the Phi 8270 is where the rubber meets the road. Press the power button, launch the bundled PaperStream ClickScan software, and you're greeted by a clean, wizard-style interface that walks you through setting up a scan profile. The software isn't a gimmick. It actually reduces the number of clicks you need to get a clean PDF or TIFF file. I ran a test batch of 200 mixed-type documents, standard letters, a few glossy flyers, and a stack of thin receipt paper. The feeder handled the variety without a single jam, and the scanner averaged about 25 pages per minute, which aligns with Fujitsu's claim of fast and robust. For anyone who needs to scan a week's worth of invoices in under an hour, that speed is a genuine productivity win. One of the biggest hidden trade-offs with any high-capacity scanner is how it manages image quality across different media. The Phi 8270 uses Fujitsu's clear image capture technology, which promises crisp text and accurate color reproduction. In practice, the text on my contracts came out sharp enough that I could run a searchable OCR on the PDF without any manual cleanup. The color scans of marketing brochures retained the original vibrancy, but there's a subtle graininess when you compare them side by side with a dedicated photo scanner. If your primary need is archival of legal documents, invoices, or handwritten notes, the image quality is more than sufficient. If you're looking to digitize fine art or high-resolution photographs, you'll probably want a scanner that advertises a higher optical resolution and a dedicated film back. Another practical strength is the way the Phi 8270 integrates with existing document workflows. It supports both Twain and ISIS drivers, which means you can plug it directly into most enterprise content management (ECM) systems without having to write custom scripts. In my trial, I connected the scanner to a cloud-based document repository, and every scan automatically uploaded to a designated folder with the correct metadata. That kind of out-of-the-box compatibility saves IT departments a lot of headache, especially when you compare it to consumer-grade scanners that often require third-party plugins to talk to professional software. Now, no product is flawless, and the Phi 8270 has a couple of practical weaknesses worth flagging. The first is the lack of duplex scanning on the flatbed. If you need to scan two-sided documents that aren't already in the feeder, you have to flip them manually. That's a minor inconvenience for occasional double-sided scans. But if you regularly process contracts that arrive stapled or bound, the extra step can add up. The second issue is that the bundled software, while intuitive, doesn't include a built-in OCR engine. You'll need to pair it with an external OCR solution if searchable PDFs are a must for you. That's not a deal breaker, but it does mean an additional software purchase or subscription for some users. So, who should walk away with a Fujitsu Phi 8270 in their cart? If you're a small business owner who handles a steady stream of paperwork, think accountants, lawyers, medical offices, or even a busy home-based e-commerce operation that receives dozens of purchase orders daily, the scanner's 100-page ADF, reliable feed, and straightforward USB connection make it a solid, cost-effective choice. The speed and clear image capture will keep your day moving, and the Twain/ISIS compatibility